Hey goodies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to the Goodie Gang if you're new here. This is the first video of my Vlogmas. I'm actually pretty excited. And like for everyone to know the schedule for my Vlogmas, I'm going to be posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Sunday and hopefully uploading by 6:30, but there will be a video every single one of those days throughout December regardless, and the Monday videos are going to be revolved around chit chats, so things that people have wanted me to discuss that aren't really tutorial based. And then for those of you who are subscribed or will subscribe for hair stuff, I'll be posting some type of hair tutorial on Wednesdays, and then on Sunday will just be a vlog of that whole preceding week, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so I'm on the floor right now because I'm just working on my final art projects. So I am a college student. I am a junior, so I'm a third year, and I live in the United States, and I am in school for government, French, and architecture. At my school, if you have a high enough GPA, you are allowed to appeal to create your own major. And personally for me, I have so many different interests, but I feel like I'm pretty multifaceted because my area of expertise in my first major, because I have three majors, my primary major is government with a focus in public policy, my secondary major is French, and my tertiary major is art, but specifically architecture. And all those disciplines I'm really passionate about. In the long run, I hope to have my own interior design firm. I love aesthetics, I love buildings and structure, but also making things functional at the same time. And I don't think I'll actually like design buildings and things like that, but I could see myself designing my own furniture, as well as having my own interior design firm. And some of the classes that I've been taking in my art discipline this semester are sculpture and intro to drawing. I've never taken a formal drawing class in my life. And I'm finding that I'm actually decent. I'm not a pro, but I'm actually okay. So I'll actually show you guys like the project that I'm working on. Basically, we had to start from a picture reference, and then we had to draw that on a 18 by 24 sheet of paper using charcoal. So that's what this is. I'm not done with it yet. Like, you guys may or may, I hope you can see it the way I'm holding it, but I love drawing bodies. I don't know why. I love drawing flowers. I actually hate charcoal, but I had to do it this semester, so I think this came out pretty well. And then the second one I'll show you, I decided to focus in on this area because we had to use we had to use ink for that medium. And this is what that looks like, which I think looks fire. And I decided to make it like speckled on the skin, kind of just to mimic pores. I just think it looks more interesting to look at. But yeah, that's what I'm working on. But that's like the creative side of me that I'm really into, which is why I do enjoy making YouTube videos, because it's another way for me to actually be artistic, but also informational. And it seems that my channel helps people and like saves people's sister locks journey. Fun fact, I used to actually hate my locks. I think it's because of the time that I got my locks as well. I was really young, and not anyone really had them. So I kind of just, I don't want to say I felt ugly, but you know, I was like, what? Already in middle school or going into middle school when they started to bud, so they weren't necessarily fresh. I'll try and find a picture of what I looked like. So these are basically two of the only images I could find of the early stages of my locks, hence why I don't have like an all-inclusive sister locks journey, but this just paints the image of what I looked like. Yeah, so talking about my primary major, government, public policy, all that jazz, I think when people hear my major, because it's government, French, and architecture, they're like, what on God's green earth are you planning on doing with that? For me, in general, I think it's important to know another language. but I've always been drawn to French because, I mean, it sounds sexy. But apart from like sounding sexy, it is the official language of the UN, the second official language, I believe. And it's a really good diplomatic language just to know. And if I'm going to be potentially traveling overseas early on in my career, whatever that looks like, I would not mind living in Paris or any other French-speaking city or country while working. So I don't think you should be limited by your options to do that. It can only help me, you know. But I'm just really passionate about being able to communicate with other people. It goes so far to just even attempt to communicate with someone in their other, like their native tongue, because it shows empathy, and people don't really think Americans are really that empathetic. I mean, don't blame them. But yeah, je parle français un peu, mais quand je parle en français, je ne pense mon français c'est très bien, mais j'espère quand je travaille à Paris le semestre prochain, oui, my français will become better. So, for those of you who don't speak French, and my French is not amazing, I can understand way more than I can actually say back correctly. So what I basically just said is, I hope that when I go abroad and I study abroad next semester, because I will be studying abroad next semester in Paris, and I'm so grateful for that, and I'll be doing an internship there as well. I hope that my French speaking skills will get better. But I can write very, very well. I think it's just a combination of me being an introvert and also me just not knowing that language and not hearing it all the time, and that's not my primary language. And I also learned German before I learned French. I just need to build my confidence and get accustomed to hearing French in order to understand the patterns of the language better, because French is way more nuanced than English. So it's really, really important to me that I actually understand those nuances, and what better way to do that than to go abroad. And if anyone has the privilege to do that, that's something I would 100% recommend. And like I said, it's a privilege. So that's a little bit about me in terms of like what I'm studying and the whys I'm studying it. And honestly, not gonna lie to you, every day I wake up this sounds like such a soapbox, but almost every day I wake up and I wonder, yo, why am I in college? Like, and that sounds terrible, but you always hear about people never actually working in the field in which they studied in college. And that's different if you're doing something that's highly specialized. So, for example, if I wanted to be a doctor or an engineer, it would make sense for me to study formally in school. Or if I wanted to be like a carpenter, like go to trade school. But I thought going to a liberal arts college made sense because of just like the environment that I was around in high school, and like my counselors thought it would be a great idea. But no, I don't know. I don't want to sound ungrateful, because I 100% acknowledge the fact that it is honestly a privilege to even be able to attend school. A lot of people don't have that privilege. We'll see what my life ends up like. I know I'll get a job. I'm not concerned about that. I would like to think that I'm intelligent. However, who knows if it'll be in anything that I actually studied in the future. I think a lot of it has to do with your network, how you carry yourself, and basic skills that you have, because we're also shifting from a career or labor-based economy to more of a gig economy due to globalization and other factors from technological advancement. And a gig economy is basically, you don't think of a job the way you used to maybe in like the 50s, 60s, 70s, or even people that are like my parents' age, where you essentially have a guarantee that you'll have this job for the majority of your life or the rest of your life working for like one big company. But now that there's so many different companies out there and there aren't many monopolies on everything apart from things like Amazon and such, even if you work for a company like Amazon, you're doing things in more of a task based or a gig based scenario where you don't get the amount of benefits that you would if you'd worked for like a mother corporation. And that being said, that's why I feel like people are constantly pushing for millennials and Gen Zs. I'm a Gen Z, by the way. Millennials are not people that are my age. People don't understand that. I think the cutoff for millennials are like 1995, 1996, and then Gen Z is like after, and then I think up until 2010, if you were born in 2010 or even after. So I'm a Gen Z, and that's why I feel like going to college, maybe it is a good idea that I made a major that gives me skills in an artistic based career if I wanted to do that. But also, I don't know. We'll see how life plays out. I'm not really that stressed about it. I don't know. Sometimes, like I said, I do feel like it's a waste of time. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it is what it is. So that's a little bit about me. Also, I mean, some general stuff about me. I have a twin, for those of you who still don't know that. My mom has sister-locks as well. I'm 20. I'm gonna be 21 in March. I like to lift. I like to lift weights. I love the gym. Health is wealth. I love music a lot. I can't sing. There was one point in my life when I could, and then I'm pretty sure when I got strep throat 3 times in a row, like my throat has never been the same. And I've had to change the way that I speak. That's really weird, but I'm pretty sure that that's like what happened to me. So no, I can't sing anymore. I can carry a tune. Don't ask me to sing for y'all, it's terrible. And then, but like I think there are other ways to be creative. I love anything art, especially photography. I do photography as well. And oh, my older brothers are twins. Yep. 2 sets of twins. Yep, my parents had 2 sets of twins. Well, my mom really, she did that. I don't know how she did that. Personally, the way my bank account's looking at my age in comparison to my parents when they were my age, kids in my future, no. I don't know who. I mean, big ups to you. Also, if you're watching this and you're an introvert, this is like one of my biggest fears. If I have a kid, how do I talk to it? I mean, not really like it, but like, how do I talk to my kid if I'm an introvert? Like, how do you balance all that? And then also, I don't think I'm gonna be a stay-at-home mom. Nothing wrong with stay-at-home moms or anything like that, but I feel like I was kind of ranting about with the state of our economy, there are more opportunities for women and men to alternate gender roles, or the gender roles, traditional gender roles, are like being blurred for like social progressive reasons, but also because it's kind of necessary for both people to be the breadwinners in order to make life sustainable, which is so like entirely messed up. First of all, can we just talk about how minimum wage is supposed to be the minimum wage that you need to have in order to support yourself, but the minimum wage can't even support like a 4-person family if one person's doing that? Like, that's beyond me, and that's okay to people. Like, what is wrong with our government? This is why I'm passionate about like policy, but specifically I do want to go into urban planning, because a lot of disenfranchisement of specific races and groups has a lot to do with the like the leftover effects of redlining. Honestly, redlining still happens, but like they're not going to tell you that. It's just not called redlining, and people just go behind like different avenues just to do the same thing and just screw everyone over. So I want to go into that type of policy and make proposals for policymakers and politicians to put forth so that we can enact some real change that would actually make life I wouldn't even go as far to say equal, but more equitable and more livable for everyone. That's my 2 cents on all that. Honestly, yeah, no, I can't. Kids, back on that, no. I'm small. I don't. Well, first guess, how tall do you think I am? Comment below before I actually tell you how tall I am. Because to some people, I look super tall. My dudes, I am 5'2". I am below the average American height for women. I don't know why I said it like that, but I'm also Caribbean American. Yeah, my mom's from Jamaica, my dad's from Trinidad. And yeah, so it's created an interesting mix, an interesting way to like grow up in the States. Because I don't really feel like I resonate with American Black people that much culturally. Like, I didn't watch shows growing up that they watched, but because I'm Black, everyone's like, you should have watched this. Black card revoked. And I'm just like, all right, okay, we're all different types of Black, but we're all Black. Don't forget it. And if you're not Black and you're watching this channel, that is super interesting to me. Also, people who aren't Black and watch my channel because my channel's based on a Black hairstyle, essentially. I think that that's so cool. I wonder, like, some of my friends who aren't Black, even just my Black friends, but specifically who aren't Black, they say that they watch my videos because they genuinely want to learn about my hair, and I think that's super sweet and also makes me feel really supported. I really hope you guys can hear me over all this cutting. But it was great just really talking about me, my plans for the future, and I hope that you feel closer to little old me and you feel more part of the Goody Gang. And I have just so many like exciting things that I want to share with everyone, and as time progresses, I hope that we all like have a little community. Like, please comment down below. Like, I actually like talking to you. If you haven't noticed, I pretty much respond to every comment, but I'm also very, very active on my Instagram. I probably will see stuff, but especially not for these next 2 weeks during Vlogmas. I won't be responding very much because it's finals for me, and I have a lot of stuff that I'm doing, as you can see. So if you want to like reach out to me, like, I'll probably respond. But also look on my channel for other videos before you tend to ask me questions, because odds are if it's hair specific, I've probably answered that question or other follow-up questions you'll have in those videos. But yeah, I'm super excited for Vlogmas. It's time for me to head out and really focus on these art projects, because this is the last one that I need to do, and I'm really just tired. And then I have other exam related things that I'm going to be doing, as you'll see. So yeah, thanks for chatting with me. Have a conversation below with me, whatever piqued your interest. What are you guys doing with your life? Did you actually end up using your degree? I want to know that. I just want to see like where your life has gone and how you went about just maybe being unsure like me. Yeah, but I'll stop talking now. And like always, I hope you have a fantastic rest of the day wherever you are in the world. And just keep watching and subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you know exactly when I post all my videos, especially for this Vlogmas. Love you guys. Bye.